now I get to show a few of the Tinker trays that I've curated. You can purchase these Tinker trays on my Etsy shop at WonderBitz Play Kits. These are particularly great if you're new to the loose parts Tinker trays and say your kid were to get this kit and they wouldn't be quite sure how to use it. Well, that's great because I've included these 2 cards to help sort of facilitate that process. So an I Can Build card and a Story Starter card. I Can Build just gives a couple example pictures of things that you could make, and it's just a great jumping off place. Story Starter has a really fun little story with a picture that you can tinker and then read them the story starter and they'll just finish it and just get a real start to the play and sort of figure it out themselves. And then next time they'll just jump in. That's what's so great about these trays is that there's so much here that the next time they jump into this kit, they'll play something completely different. This is also a Play-Doh kit. So on the back, I have some Play-Doh. Nice, easy to take off. There's 3 different colors. Nice, easy storage. And of course, this kit has all the wonderful variety of colors and textures and containers and characters that I've mentioned that are so important in the loose parts. Let's see, some of the best pieces are, my kids love these speckled Styrofoam eggs. I had to make sure that they were all here because they've been stealing them out of this kit before I could even show you guys. And some of the other characters in this kit are these cute little plastic birds. They sit really nicely in the Play-Doh, and there's enough of them to make a wonderful story with, and it's in this container, and the kids just love containers. There are some connecting wires. This is what actually connects the teeter-totter in that story. You can connect anything in this kit with that. Then, like I mentioned, is the textures. Here's some burlap that's a bit scratchier. There's some sticks that are long and short. The nature loose parts, wonderful acorns and pine cones, different varieties, rocks, and some string here, pipe cleaners, twine, feathers, really cool sort of iridescent seashells, and I think there's even a couple, oh yeah, buttons that are like butterflies that I'm sure are friends to those birds. Then some metal pieces, really just a cornucopia of fun loose parts. I've started making diversity kits because I found that loose parts is such a great way to play into these conversations organically about race and identity that it's so important to have. So inside you can find these gorgeous wooden dice with pictures of kids from different parts of the world, different cultures, different races, and they are a wonderful representation, especially if your children live in a community where there isn't very much diversity, and so they need to see that diversity in other places, in books and stories, and also through this kit. This is another fun dice where there's the different types of emotions that you can tinker as well. And here is the beautiful Tinker tray. This has, as I've talked about, all the different variety of textures and shapes and colors that you could possibly need to make wonderful Tinker tray identity people. And I especially love these wire pieces because they make wonderful eyebrows, bend them into different shapes and use them with the dice and make those eyebrows. So there's all sorts of different colors and different textures to use for hair, eyes, nose, mouth to create your people. I have a Play-Doh mat. You can use this, you don't have to outline a face. And then the ubiquitous mask that we all have to wear nowadays. You can incorporate that into some play where you do different emotions, and then can you still tell what their emotion is when you put the mask on, and make points about the eyebrows that you often can still tell how people are feeling even when they're making a mask. They have a mask on. Then I've also included a Laminated Heart to foster those conversations about it's really important who you are on the inside, not on the outside. This is who we are, and we need to take the time to get to know other people and who they are. So including the heart to tinker on and start those conversations. And then a couple just extra large loose parts for hair, and these can be made into glasses or different colors of hair. And then the beautiful 6 shades of Play-Doh. There they are. Each one has a really lovely line drawing stencil on it. Each one is different. And you know, I found that the best way to get started with this is just let the kids explore on their own, see what they want to create, see where their conversations lead, and see how you can jump in there and talk about what they're talking about and clear up any misconceptions that you are witnessing, or talk about that diversity and race and what it means. Get started with it. These are important conversations that this play just opens up for us. I'm so excited to show you this kit. This is my Melanin Science STEM Exploratory Kit about diversity. It has loose parts elements, but it is a bit more of a STEM kit. There is this beautiful array of skin tones and colors, and your child can match up and find their skin tone and see where it matches and find a name or create their own. So I think I am actually Sandcastle as the name of the color for my skin. And also another great way for representation and showing diversity, again, if that is not something that is present in your community. The kit also has this really great book that I've written about melanin. So I'm PhD neuroscientist, and I understand science, but I also understand kids. So I have really had a lot of fun creating this story about Mel. She's a melanocyte. She actually is in your skin, and she makes melanin. And melanin is what gives you your color. And the story goes through and it talks about how she does that. And it shows you that there's science behind it, right? Mel makes melanin, and the melanin, if you have more in your skin, you have a darker skin color. If you have less, you have a lighter skin color. It's really that simple. Kids get it. They love it. They like knowing that is the science behind it. That's all it is. There's a lot more in this book about, suntan, right? So if it's sunny, then you can get more melanin in your skin and have a darker color than if it's wintertime. What are freckles? A bit about ancestry and how you can tell mostly where your ancestors are from when you look at your skin color. So here's Mel. So she has melanin inside, just like in the story, and this melanin is actually these really cool rocks. They're tiger eyes, so they're brown and kind of iridescent. And you can let your child explore, and once you read the story and understand what melanin is and does, then you can move the melanin from Mel into your skin cells. Here's you. And you look at your skin, you can think about, I think I have maybe 2 melanin in me, and just facilitate that learning. Yeah, let's talk about the experiment. So this is brown food coloring. I would suggest that parents or caregivers only handle this undiluted form. Make maybe 2 or 3 drops into one of the cups and then give that to your child. This still could stain, so just be warned. Maybe wear some old paint shirts or something. So then there's some pipettes. One is this really adorable, cute heart pipette, but let them choose. And you can start the conversation. It can be child-led. You can play along as well and say, oh, look, I'm gonna add 1 drop of melanin. And that's the shade I get. I wonder what would happen if I put another drop of melanin in that same cup. You can make a hypothesis. I think it's gonna be a little darker. So there's all sorts of ways that you could play and really tell them about the science behind skin color and let them play, and they'll just have fun. My kids just love playing with water in any form, so it's a win-win in that on that front. Oh yeah, there's one more part to this kit. There is a color matching game. So these are just little hearts that match the skin colors on this graphic here, and so you can line them up, and it's just a really great way to hit home that idea that it's not just one skin color. It's not binary, brown, white. There are shades, and we're all different. And so having to match them up just, makes you think a bit more about that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it and how your kids play with it. And yeah, so please just let me know how it goes. And I'm always interested in improving things too. So if you ever have suggestions, please send them through, and love to talk about it. So thanks.